On this episode of SW Outdoors, we are hunting white-tailed deer in south-central Ontario. In my most challenging deer season yet, because this year I intend to take out a deer with a crossbow or with a rifle. Let's see in this episode if I can get it done. Stay tuned, guys. Hello guys, SW Outdoors. Hope you guys are actually having a fantastic day today. We are currently finishing work right now, and I am heading out for my first ever deer hunt of the year. So we're going back to the box stand tonight. I've got some apples laid out and everything like that. Got the Excalibur in the back seat right there. So it is currently October 26th. We are going into the rut right now. The deer are probably going to be rutting, and in about a few weeks gun season is going to open up, so we're doing a little bit of waterfowling during the early parts of the hunting season, but now we're getting on to some big game. So either ways guys, I'll see you guys when we get to the property. It's usually my good late season spot, but we need permission back here a few years ago. And I haven't hunted this property all last year. So this year I've decided to hunt it a little bit, but also get a little prep. It's also a property that's owned by a guy within my hunting party. And he usually hunts here during gun season, so during rifle season and muzzleloader season. So during archery season, I have a chance to hunt here because nobody really uses it. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm using the property to go hunt, even though I like the box stand. It gets me out and covers my scent, which is a good thing too. So I'm gonna set up a scent for right near the stand, and then I'm gonna climb up into it and sit there till the end of legal. I don't really see some deer come in tonight. I'm hoping to see something. So my goal is bow season. I'm usually picky. I usually want to try to take a buck during archery season and then save the does for rifle season and the muzzleloader hunt. But anything after rifle season is fair game. So I'll catch you guys in the stand. So I had sat in the stand for nearly several hours, and nothing showed up that evening on my first sit. Guys, tonight was just an unsuccessful night. Didn't see a single deer at all. Just a flock of geese flying by my stand, and that was pretty much it. So we're gonna do a little bit of bow hunting for the next week until gun season. So we might try another sit on Sunday in another field, and I know there's a lot of deer in this field. I've seen deer when I was out fall turkey hunting out there, so we're gonna try one of the stands out there for our next hunt, and this is a big kickoff to the deer season, so let's see if we can try again. So a few days went by, and then finally on October 31st, I went out for my second sit of the year in a nearby bean field. It is now October 31st. This is my second sit of the year with crossbow. We're going to try again this morning. We're hunting over down bean field this morning. We've seen a lot of deer in here. On camera, I can check out. Please see pictures at the end of the video. We finally got into my ground blind, and so far we didn't see anything except this flock of geese flying over me. But overall the field was pretty quiet most of the morning, as soon as I got into the blind. My bow was at the ready, and I was waiting for something to pop out of the hardwoods, but once again, nothing was coming out into the down bean field. I would say that's it for me this morning. It was only a limited time sit that I was doing. Because there's a lot of stuff I'm going to actually do a bit of other stuff today too. I wanted to get out for a morning hunt with a bow and that, so there's deer in here, but just not this morning. You usually see deer in here. I've seen deer come out rushing when I was out turkey hunting usually. I did a fall turkey hunt in the same field a couple weeks ago, and I seen deer. Big doe. A group of 6 came out here. And I was hunting at the other end of the field, and I set this blind a couple days ago. So I think I might give the spot a rest and come back here during maybe a couple days before gun season with the crossbow, or I might just come back here during rifle season and see if I can try to shoot me out of this little blind here. Either ways, I'm packing up. So I packed up for my morning sit, and most of October I was not seeing any deer at all. The weather was unseasonably warm, which was affecting their movement. So I packed up, and hoping that my next sit I would actually see something. And then finally November 5th hit on sit 3. Guys, it is November 5th. We have a little bit of a windy breeze going on this morning. I was going to hunt a ground blind that I set up yesterday on the same property that I shot my 6-pointer last year during open day of gun season last year, rifle season. But with the wind being a little bit heavy today, I might just go back to the box stand because it's probably a better spot because of it's probably my scent's not going to blow around everywhere. So box stand this morning would be my best option. I know there's probably going to be some deer in there or not, but I was going to hunt there tonight and see if there's any deer that move around in the evening, but I have not hunted in the morning, so I'm going to try to hunt this morning stand and see if there's deer moving around this morning, and hopefully we can see something. So let's get out. Okay guys, we're in the blind right now. This is basically my crappy setup this morning. The blind door out back doesn't close, so I gotta watch behind me. This is just a bad spot to be. Like the blind, I had this blind last year and it's broken now because apparently the back door doesn't want to close. And the tent door is just being a bitch. I'm gonna try to fucking fix this. But of course I'm not going to succeed in this position because, yeah, the door is busted. Now I gotta look behind me just in case something doesn't spot me out. So this is gonna be a very scrappy sit because I'm really not watching over the leaf pile there. And I'm also got my bow right here. I should have set the tree stand instead. So I finally got into my blind and decided to do a little bit of rattling this morning, hoping to stir something out. But luckily, in a few minutes I would have a few visitors come out to the blind. While I was sitting in the blind, waiting, I had 2 deer show up. 2 fawns come up to the blind, and the doe ran off into the bush. Luckily, I got a footage of these 2 deer coming in. And within a few seconds, they caught wind of me and ran off into the bush. I can say one thing, guys. That little spot back there, definitely a lot of deer activity. 3 this morning, and I'm pretty sure the one reason I might have to do is conceal that blind a little bit. Might put some netting over it, make it a little bit more concealed to bring deer in. But it's definitely challenging because I think they caught wind of me. I couldn't get them into bow range. But I was not going to shoot those 2 little guys. I knew they were fawns. So my biggest bet right now is to try to get myself a buck. But then next week I might shoot some does. But got the Grizzly Excalibur this morning. Once again, might go back out tonight. Might take Lori out with me. Don't know yet. But we'll see what we can do tonight. But the wind is starting to pick up, so I don't know if I'm even if it's going to happen. But I'm definitely probably going to take Lori out for my next trip. Now that we tried with the bow, it is now time for the rifle. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today is the opening day of rifle season, and we just got up this morning. I was hunting this morning. Me and my cousin were out in the field this morning. I got my blind, these guys' blind set up. So I hope the predictions are well like last year. I mean, So on my 4th sit, I got the Tikka T3 243 with a burst scope on it, and hoping that this week will be presentable. Well, so far we've seen a ruffled grouse, and as well, in this field, a large flock of turkeys, and this huge tom. But this rifle season was definitely a challenge because the weather was very unseasonably warm, and I wanted to get a deer with the rifle, but we had hardly seen a deer all week. All we have done is just sit in the field seeing nothing but grouse and turkeys. So basically we knew the deer had gone completely nocturnal because of the warm weather. So this rifle season was pretty much unsuccessful for all of us because my cousin and uncle were out in the same field and they have not seen even a single deer. So the sun sets on rifle season, and back in early December I'm back out with the bow. And now we have snow on the ground and the weather is now cooler, so our chances are higher now at this point. Well, we got some good tracks right here. Some deer scat right there, and more tracks right there. So anyways, guys, we are now on December 2nd. We went through November. I didn't really have a chance to get out with my crossbow and bow hunt after rifle season because there was a lot much going on. And with we had a bad snowstorm that came in, and it was hard enough for me getting into places to hunt and all that. The snow was like 3 feet deep. She melted again, and I'm back out in this bean field right now. And I'm seeing deer sign all over this field. Who doesn't? I can't say these are scrapes. There are scrapes in the snow here. But there is deer moving around back here. So I'm contemplating maybe setting my blind up in this field and bow hunting out of it. And this weekend, I'm planning on getting out my crossbow. And then Monday, December 5th, is the opening day of muzzleloader season. So I still have a tag in my pocket. So I will be hunting with my crossbow and with my muzzleloader. Actually, I'll be hunting with my bow this weekend, and then I'll be hunting with my muzzleloader Monday at the opener. So Anyways, we're gonna get back to my stand. I got some corn and apples I gotta lay out. And it's super freaking windy today, so I gotta get a long drag to the stand. So today I'm preparizing for my next day's sit. So I laid out some corn and some apples, hoping to bring the deer to my stand, and hoping that this chance the deer will actually come in to bow range and I can get a shot with my crossbow. So I sit and wait for December 3rd, and I go on my next sit. This sit was just my most miserable sit of the year because we had some rain come in, and it was raining, sleety. It was one of the most crappiest sits I've ever been on, and I'm sitting here drinking my morning Tim Hortons coffee, waiting for deer to show up to my stand. As I sit and wait in the miserable weather, but at least I'm sitting in the box stand this morning. At this point in the deer season, I don't care what comes up to my stand. I don't care if it's a wall hanger or a spike buck or even a small doe. I am willing to take a shot to fill my tag so far this year. As my sit dragged on, the weather was just getting miserable and miserable, and I wouldn't blame that a single deer would even come out to the stand that morning. But I kept sitting and waiting and waiting. But once again, nothing came out to my stand that day. I'm gonna head back to the truck now. It is nothing more than windy, cold, and miserable today. So I'm gonna walk back to the truck and keep my bow cocked in case I see something on the way. So park my truck at the front because I drive a little two-wheel drive truck and I didn't want to get stuck or anything like that. But it's rainy, miserable, cold. I wouldn't blame the fact that the deer would be stuck in their bedding areas today, so they're talking about snow later on this evening. But I don't know if I'm going to get out this evening. I could try to get out tomorrow morning before muzzleloader season and try to dabble in my crossbow. But this is weather for no man, so I'm going to pack up my stuff right now and I'll take the GoPro when I get out of the stand. And I'll cock my bow back up, I'll put the arrow back in my bow and walk back up. So at this point, I decided to grab my bow, get out of the stand, and walk back to the truck. Still got the bow. Just gonna take an arrow out of here. We're gonna hike back to the truck with my bow cocked up. We're trying to see if we can look around for some deer. Hopefully there's some in the bean field and get a stalk on them. Ain't no good spot and stock, but a shot. There's deer tracks all over the place. And my tracks too. So anyways, guys, this morning was just quiet. Yeah, so this morning was just quiet. Nothing moving because of this bad rainy weather we're having today, and then we're expecting snow later on in the forecast. So my whitetail season seems to be going by very slow with nothing in the rifle, nothing with the bow. I don't know about tomorrow. I might get set up for muzzleloader on Monday. And I guarantee we might shoot something muzzleloader if we don't shoot anything in bow. So, yeah. Season's starting to wind down. It's now December. Season started in October. So yeah. Either ways, I'll see you guys at the truck. Well guys, I couldn't get her done with the crossbow nor even the rifle, so deer season is slightly coming to a close, so I am pretty much got my last option. In the next episode of SW Outdoors, you guys are going to have to find out as I go out with the smoke pole and try to get myself at least a deer. So anyways, guys, hope you like this video. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys put a like. If you guys are not subscribed to SW Outdoors, make sure you guys click the subscribe button, click the notification bell when the latest videos are. Now I'll catch you guys in the next video. SW Outdoors, signing out.